Well, good morning, and thank you for being here. Senator Ernst, thanks for your leadership on this issue, and I thank my colleagues as well. We want to first of all thank Prime Minister Netanyahu for coming. We welcome him to Washington, D.C., but I'd like you all to note who has not welcomed him to Washington, D.C., and that is Vice President Kamala Harris. And I want you also to note who is not doing her constitutional duties to attend the speech today, and that is Vice President Kamala Harris. So let's be clear. I don't think that snubbing our Middle East ally does what we need to do to stop the Hamas terrorists. Let's remember 292 days ago, these same Hamas terrorists, they committed horrific acts of barbarism and of kidnapping. Now, 8 of the remaining hostages being held in Gaza, they're Americans. And one of them is a native of my home state in North Carolina, and that's Keith Siegel with his wife, Aviva. About 50 days after October 7th, she was released. And thank goodness she is telling the story to the rest of the world. But her husband, Keith, from North Carolina, is still 292 days later being held captive. So now these 8 innocent souls, they should be at the top. These 8 Americans, they should be at the top of our national conscience. And every American should know their names. But instead we see people, even some Americans, sadly, blaming Israel, pressuring Israel, and one American not showing up for Israel today. It's unconscionable. What Hamas has done and is still doing, it's absolutely evil. So I think it's time for us to regain our moral compass, and it's time for officials like Vice President Harris to show up and fully support Prime Minister Netanyahu. So it's time to apply maximum pressure on Hamas to release the hostages and to release Keith Siegel. And it's long past time to bring them all home. Thank you.